Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game will feature a team that loves getting it done through the air. The Chiefs are top 10 in passing TDs, and they'll go against the Dolphins, who are very aware of what they'll be dealing with.
Larry, as always, it is a frenzied atmosphere inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Miami Dolphins. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Tyreek Hill on the return. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. First and 10. Here's Mahomes. It's complete to Chris Conley. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On the ground, this is Ware. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now let's go. B-19.
On second down, here's Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, and it's third down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Play clock winding down. Throwing is Mahomes on third. And he fires one, but incomplete.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength, and he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he?
No.
Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Kind of running there at your own risk against that 4-3 and that big line, aren't you?
Yeah, and I don't really run it against a good 4-3 team that well because I've got to get those guys on the move a little bit. If you're a static running team, meaning you just want to run it in the middle, you may have some trouble against good defensive tackles. That's what we just saw on that play. No gain.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. Tannehill with a hook up to Parker for the Dolphin first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
No gain on the play there. Second down. So 2nd and 10 here. Tannehill now to throw. And Fasano here brings it in. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
Tannehill now, they give to Ajayi. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Tannehill. Fancy footwork at midfield. And he finds Stills complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on 3rd down.
Pass situation.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And it's caught by Parker. Devontae Parker. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step. And that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Mahomes to throw on second down. Eluding the pressure right. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll be marked down deep into Miami territory. A big play there for KC. 55 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Ware takes the give from Mahomes. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Spencer Ware with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. They'll start out on the ground with a J. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
And when you're trying to set up a counter play, that's what a lot of people call an influence play. You're really hoping those defensive linemen are really agile that day. If they stayed out late the night before the game and they're not moving as fast, it's a lousy call because that means they're just going to sit in the hole that you hope to create just by the movement of your offensive line.
And there they got the ball to the outer third of the field, but tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, things get stacked up in there if they don't move as well as you want them to, and probably just trying to escape and couldn't get away.
Tannehill. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reggie Ragland. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Mahomes now to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. They'll run now with Ware. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. From the gun, it's Mahomes. The tight end, Kelsey, has it over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Not a stat we talk about often with tight ends, but Travis Kelsey, he can move it after the catch. 3rd overall in the NFL in yards after catch last season.
Behind 2 running backs, Le'Veon Bell and David Johnson.
Strength and a little bit of niftiness in Travis Kelsey's game.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. We remind you, no night game tonight on Christmas Eve, but we make that up with 2 games under your tree tomorrow. Oh, that's nice. Yes. I'm just reading the card. I got to give props to our writer, Ed Brady, there. But we start with the Steelers and Texans at 4:30 Eastern, followed by the Raiders and Eagles, a Super Bowl 15 rematch. You impressed that I know that?
I'm very much impressed that you know that. Who was the MVP?
Yep, that'll be at 8:30 Eastern from Philadelphia. They'll begin the drive with a J. And he's got some space here. And a cut to the right and some open field here. Jay's going to go. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jay Ajayi, 78 yards. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's got room. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill, 104 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And out come the Dolphins now. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Now a play fake here on first down. Forced out to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. D. Ford in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. He was superb a week ago. 3 sacks in that affair. Now 1 here in the second quarter.
Well, how about our conversations this week? With him, it's pretty simple. He said, I've got a few combinations I can try out they haven't seen yet. And on the flip side, they thought they had a plan to block him. Might need to come up with something else because he looks like he's getting loose now.
Punch, counter punch. A very solid gain of 27. Here's Ajayi. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, he appears well on his way to another big game. And you remember 2016, partner. He became just the 4th player in NFL history to have 3 200-yard rushing games in a season.
2 of them were back-to-back. Steelers in Week 6, Bills in Week 7. They run again with Ajayi. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
On first down, Drake. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, when defensive coordinators game plan to put pressure on a quarterback, They often want to use blindside rushes, and that's exactly what they did there. The cornerback gets to him and drops him.
So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Going deep here for Stills. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, tried to get all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
Parkey now following the made field goal to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On the run, it's Ware. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They run again with Ware. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Here we go now.
They go play action here on first down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes his best friend is that tight end.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Because we always talk about the guys out wide and how acrobatic they are. But that tight end, great sight lines, easier throws, they become a bigger and bigger weapon as the NFL evolves.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Pushing through the contact. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. They run with Ajayi. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago, and it's the Browns out to the early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And incomplete. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down.
One of the things you like about a zone read play that has an option component to it is that it gives you plenty of different ways to go. On this one, though, I'm not sure they chose the right one. Maybe they should have pitched it out on this one because that play was absolutely swallowed up.
This is Ajayi, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Arrowhead after this.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They run it here. Ware. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. But at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Now, check, Patriot. Let's go.
And to give this time to the tailback. Big hold to the 30. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Spencer Ware with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Come on, let's go.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Pardon me, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
After the run, Tannehill going to throw. being chased out left. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Justin Houston. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So happy holidays, Larry. Your gift? Take the halftime show off, partner. We got some football to get to. Elsewhere, 2nd quarter in D.C. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now it's Ajayi. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A handoff as they run the counter play. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they said the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Oh, twisting away. A second nice move. 34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, Let's take control right away.
Well,
defense,
we got
the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8.
Now
a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already. And they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
This is taken at the 10. Room here to run. And now here comes Kansas City. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They run the counter now on first down. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The Chiefs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Leopard. Detroit.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. And Ndamukong Suh in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. From Soldier Field, meanwhile, in Chicago, a third-quarter score. The Browns, they have scored again to add on to their lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They'll start the drive with Drake. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Right back to Drake. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Tannehill on 3rd down. And throw right side complete to Parker. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's taken to the 26. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now here comes Kansas City. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Let's go. Blue, land it. No. Check. Patriot.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Caught. Kelsey, left side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down.
Set! 319! 319! Watch it now, Barney!
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. From Soldier Field, meanwhile, in Chicago, a third-quarter score. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Now Tannehill. Remember to keep... Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On first down, Mahomes. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ray Malaluga coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. We're back now in KC. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. It's Kelsey on the grab. And he'll go down at the 28. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
The Chiefs on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Look at 56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. William Hayes in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And this one is right down Broadway. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Come on, let's go.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here we go. What? 90. What?
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. Jarvis Landry, the 30, the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jarvis Landry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney, now look at me. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Still in search of the first down after that last completion.
Here we go now. All right, now look at 56. Look at 56.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now Mahomes, and he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass. Tannehill now to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Tannehill, escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On first down, Tannehill. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. Throwing again is Tannehill. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To the air again, Tannehill trying to lay one up deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Damian Williams, the man he was looking for. And it's third down.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
They got to have 6 here. It's third and goal. Now Tannehill. Flush to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's the sackmaster, Justin Houston, who comes up with it. And now look at him go. The 40. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a KC touchdown. You start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
If they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Incomplete. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down.
And one of the things that makes this play so difficult to defend is that it has so many options to it. And the quarterback has to go through them and fast. Do you hand it off inside? Do you keep it yourself? Do you pitch it to a trailing back? On this play, it's hard to say that he made the right decision because that play was swallowed up for no gain.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And the Chiefs are going to get him. D. Ford in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. A gutsy decision there at this stage in the second half in their own territory, and a decision that they might regret.
Can't wait for the post-mortem. You know, this post-game press conference, because the questions are going to come fast and furious about this decision, no matter how the game turns out, right? What were you thinking there? Why? Did you have a certain play call? Were you copying your defense? Oh, yeah. Why? It's going to keep coming up.
Yeah, no matter the scoreboard, just tough to justify. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 3 here in this game and 17 now on the year. And the Chiefs just continue to pour it on. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They go play action here on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. And the play clock's running down. They go again with McGuire. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
2nd down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. From the end zone, Tannehill. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Second down following the run. Play fake to Ajayi. It's Tannehill. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. The Chiefs on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is third down and 12. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number.